What is good, beautiful people? You are welcome back. We are welcome back to another episode of the FTLG podcast. It's been another 2 weeks, another 2 weeks break, and as always, we've had lovely run of matches. We have lovely footy. We've seen a lot of games being played in the span of 2 weeks. We've also had controversial issues happen with certain players, with certain managers. Well, welcome back, and we're going to be dissecting all of that in today's episode. As always, I remain your guy Dio, and with me, the comsci guy, um, the goalkeeper, the coach, everything in one. But guys, we used to make this joke every time that we're introducing Dami on this pod. But it's no longer a joke, guys. Dami has officially graduated from university with his master's degree. Uh, we're super proud of him. We're happy for him. He's a master's degree holder now. The price has gone up. So if you are paying dowry, please, before it was, maybe like 1M. Now I've doubled it.
1M? 7.
In dollars,
Okay.
We've doubled it. It's no longer 1M or 2M. We have increased it to like 3M, 4M. So now he's a master's degree holder. So please make sure you are right when you come and collect Dami from us. But Dami, how are you doing today, man? What's good?
Hi everyone. I'm doing great, thank God. It's been a crazy couple of weeks, but we're over it now, so it's time to get back to work. It's time to get back in the kitchen, and God is with us, so we can't fail.
The real question is, what were you?
Don't worry. Something hot is coming very soon. And hopefully I'll be able to share it very soon with
we are wait. But guys, let's get right into it. We've had lovely run of fixtures. I believe the last episode we recorded was right after Chelsea played in Champions League against Barcelona, and then the Arsenal match. Then after we had Chelsea versus Bournemouth, we had Liverpool versus Leeds. We had Man City versus Sunderland. We also had Real Madrid versus Man City in the Champions League.
Yeah.
And
Chelsea versus Arsenal too.
Yeah, no, we recorded after Chelsea versus Arsenal game. Where we were praising Rich James. I think the clip we actually posted online was Rich James was Timber, if you remember.
Yeah.
So now we've had another 2 weeks of fixtures. I'm just going to dive right into it. So I'm going to go into the Premier League first, as always. That's the league we watch the most. And the weekend was fun, was eventful. Chelsea won, Liverpool won, Manchester City won, Arsenal won. Who else won? Everybody won, right?
Everybody that matters. Aston Villa won,
yeah. And currently, United versus Bournemouth is happening right now. Bournemouth is leading 3-2. Hopefully, they end up with the win in that match. I think we are both United haters. We don't see them win.
Yes.
But yeah, everybody won. Well, let's start with Liverpool. The reason we don't start Liverpool is because the last 2 weeks there's been a rift with Mohamed Salah and Anslot in social media. Mohamed Salah came out saying he felt disrespected, saying that it's not fair that he's not starting. It should not be like that. Knowing the caliber of player that he is for Liverpool, knowing what he has done. He also mentioned that if certain players were, in this type of form, they will not be called out by social media. They will not be called out by these pundits. And he specifically mentioned Jamie Carragher, our favorite pundit out there. But aside the fact that happened, he came back this particular game week. He was subbed in. I think Joe Gomez injured. He brought in Mohamed Salah. He had a nice game. I'm not saying he played fantastic, but his game was very decent. Was dropping, placing some chances here and there. But what do you think about that comment first, before we even go to your match? What do you think about that comment, Dan?
So there's this saying that two wrongs don't make it right. And that's what I believe in this situation. Obviously, well, first off, let's start with Salah, because Salah came out and he said all that, and it was like, what triggered him to do all that? I feel like somebody talked to him in the club, somebody high up in the club talked to him, maybe said a couple wrong things, and that was why he gave that reaction. Because it's not normal to just come out on a random after losing a match on a random game after not playing. But I mean, it kind of makes sense. But to me, Salah was in the wrong. Carragher was in the wrong. We know you love the club, but there's some times where you're meant to allow it. You're not meant to heighten the issues that are going on in your club. Like, if something bad is going on, you can speak to like people that are around the situation, but like there are some things you're not meant to. I don't feel like you're meant to go on a was he 8 minute rant? I remember I saw the video of him, the entire stuff he spoke about Salah when Salah first made that interview, and it was such a long rant, calling him a Chelsea reject. Like, that was wrong. That was wrong from Carragher in his own perspective. And even Slots was wrong too. Because the problem is with Liverpool is not Mo Salah. The problem is their lack of dynamics, their lack of like their inability to replace Trent's passing, Trent on that left, on that right defense. That's been their problem. Their Slaughter don't wanted to drop Gakpo for a long time, but now he has done it. Those were the two main, and obviously, like I said before, their midfield. I felt like Liverpool's midfield is too porous, and it's kind of exposing their centre backs. We've seen Konate make massive mistakes. We see Van Dijk. Van Dijk doesn't look as good as he always does. Yeah, those three issues for me have been Liverpool's issue, and in this past two matches they've played, we've seen them kind of improve on it, and that's what's been getting them their wins. So I feel like everybody that came out to talk was wrong. There's some issues that should be reserved in private. And besides, the media, the English media is a very toxic institution. They are going to run with it immediately something bad happens. So like you have to try to protect your club, protect your player, protect the team. So yeah.
I know it's easier to say Mohamed Salah's ego was bruised, and you are of the opinion that he should not have been dropped, right?
Uh, no, I'm not of the opinion Musa should not have been dropped. He could have been dropped, of course. He's a player,
Yeah.
but like I feel like somebody must have said something to him that would have made him react like that.
I think it's not typical Musala. He doesn't go out to
Yes.
speak in public, but you've seen there's some. He's from his countenance when he's playing ball. You just know that he's a prideful guy. Not in that sense, like he takes pride in his game. He
Yeah.
has an ego. He's
Yeah.
not, he's not the type of guy that I remember. There was a situation with him and Manny where he was like, "I didn't see you. I didn't see you. I was just head down and I was going to shoot." So he's that type of guy, and I feel like because Liverpool was going through a tough time, saying obviously their expensive signings are not performing,
Mm.
but Ekitike has been a superb signing for them this season, but
Yeah.
Isak, Words have not been performing, and at this point, like people are going to start looking at those senior players. They're going to be looking at the likes of Van Dijk. They're going to be looking at the likes of Mohamed Salah. So maybe he felt like, yo, this is not my fault. I'm not even getting a chance to play. And then he came out to give that interview. But I would say all parties are wrong. Yeah, I agree with you. All parties are wrong. Mohamed Salah is wrong for coming at his coach like that in public. You are At the end of the day, you are never bigger than the club.
Yeah.
It's you are they've been legends that have come and they've gone in
Yeah.
Liverpool. There's like Steven Gerrard, there's Xabi Alonso, there's just a lot of legends that have come. There's Robbie Fowler. So you're never bigger than the club. But everyone knows that you are a vital player to Liverpool. So in a way, I can understand why you are feeling that type of
Yeah.
that type of way, not getting chances, not getting opportunities, being benched when you are, it's not even as if it's massively your fault. There's a lot of issues going on in the club. And maybe it's seeing for me, I want to fight, but I'm not even letting you fight. So, what, let me just go out there and tell them that this is what is going on. this is the bullshit that people are doing. So it does happen. It does happen. And I agree with you. I think everybody is massively wrong. And Slot too could have handled it better.
Yeah.
And the worst is that's Jimmy Carragher, man. He, is Jimmy Carragher is a very funny individual.
He
Very
is.
funny individual because like one point you are doubting his football knowledge, one point you are supporting, another point you are not supporting. You are like, what are you doing? He's just all over the place with his commentary, with his opinions. You are a player, you should understand where Musala is coming from. That is something both can share the experiences. So you should
Um.
understand. But maybe because you are not as talented, I don't know. I don't know
Yes.
why he feels. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. That's exactly what I would say. They are players, but there are levels to players.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. Fair
Like
enough.
I would expect the same reaction if like Mbappe got benched for 3 games in a row, no subs at all.
Yeah,
Because
yeah, yeah.
yeah, it does make sense, but Carragher should not have gone on that his own rant. Nobody needed it.
He is Jim. Everybody knows Jim Carragher, man. But yeah, I'm happy that they've been able to settle it. They won against Inter Milan. Controversial penalty. Did you think that was a penalty, by the way?
Mm. um.
I mean, he slightly pulled it, to be honest. Slightly,
Yeah.
that, and like it should not, but again, it mattered. So they got the penalty. They got the 1-0 win. They won the Champions League, and then they carried that momentum against who they played. They played Brighton.
Brighton. Yeah.
Igwe Ekitike 2 goals. Um,
Yeah.
Wonderful first goal by that way. For the matter, wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah.
Um,
Um.
so do you think that was a penalty? First? Let's go to the Inter match.
I think that was a penalty, and
Hmm.
I say it because like the UCL they get their refereeing better than the Premier League. UCL they use it feels like they use more angles, they get their decisions done in faster time.
Hmm.
So I do, and I do think that was a penalty though. Like you can't you can't be doing that kind of thing in the box.
Yeah,
But yeah, I think that was a penalty. UCL refereeing is way better than Premier League refereeing, so yeah, good decision
fair enough, fair enough. Do you think they played good in that match too?
against
Do you
Inter.
think, yeah, do you think Ancelotti got his tactics right against Inter?
I mean, Inter were on form before that match. If I remember right, I think they won their match before that. Um, Going to that match, I didn't know what to expect. I mean, it's Liverpool. They dropped Salah and everything. So they did play a good match. I mean, maybe the scoreline was a bit flattery, to be honest. 1-0. I thought it would end up as a like 1-1 draw or like 2-2 draw, but
Yeah,
good win for them. Yeah,
good win. And sorry, before we continue, United have equalized. Bruno Fernandes free kick 3-3. I did predict a draw, to be honest. I was saying 2-2. I was saying 2-2, but this is just leaking goals. So let's see if there's going to be some goals before the end of the match. It's currently 77 minutes in the game.
Hmm.
3-3, 6 goals have been scored. Definitely there should be more. There should be something. Maybe a late goal by Bournemouth or United, or
Who's at
maybe
home?
United Old Trafford. So let's see if it's
Hmm.
4-4. So let's continue. Brighton, they went on to Brighton Anfield again. Igwe TK brace. The first goal was insane. I think he had little or no time to execute that shot because Dunk was giving him a little bit pressure, and he was able to get that goal. United has scored 4-3. Sorry, United Matthias Cunha has made it 4-3.
That's crazy.
This is a game that people should be watching right now. It can be 8 goals by the time it gets to 90 minutes. But let's continue. Sorry, let's continue to Igwe Ekitike and his brace against Brighton.
So yeah, I thought I like Ekitike as a player. He was the ideal replacement that I thought they were going to get. It was a bit greedy getting Ekitike and Isak, but I mean, it's in the past now. Um, I like Ekitike because he does everything right. It's like Ekitike or Demadi, or I don't know if that's how they pronounce his name, but
Yeah,
Vodemadi. Those two are exceptional strikers to me, and yeah, I always if there's one player I've always praised in Liverpool this season is Ekitike. Ekitike, he does everything right. Like he scores the goals they need and everything. So yeah.
Do you think this is now a boost for them? Like momentum is brewing, and they can continue to ride on this momentum, get some more wins in their bags, get back to top four position, or do you think Brighton was the one off? Because they won against Inter, they beat Brighton, and Leeds was kind of I don't know, but you expected them to win against Leeds. They did not. But they've won two games in a row. Do you think now this is a boost in confidence for Liverpool?
I think people should not think Leeds is a small team though, because Leeds played Liverpool, they played Chelsea. Who they play this weekend? They've had a couple of rough fixtures and they've survived through it. So Leeds is not an easy team. But for Liverpool, I see them getting a couple more wins this season. Um, I was of the opinion that they should not fire Slot immediately, like at the time when they had their crisis. But it would be it would be fun to watch whether they resolve their defensive issues, whether they can still incorporate Salah to score more goals and give more assists, whether they can stop Konate and Van Dijk from leaking goals. It's been interesting to see because different managers set up different ways to exploit opponents' weakness. So I mean, you can never say, oh yeah, this is good, this was going to happen, this was going to happen. And besides, like I always tell everybody, we are still in the start of the season. It is until January, February that we'll start knowing who the title contenders are, who the distant, who the top four are and others. But yeah.
So I know you keep saying that you are a very patient man, but do you think they can still make it to the top four? Or do you think
Oof. I would not be surprised if they miss out of the top four. I just feel like other teams are more in form right now. Even though questionable, Aston Villa, I've been shaking about Aston Villa's
I
predictions.
told I told
Yeah.
you I told you about my guys. I told you about my guys.
I still feel like,
Nine wins out of 10, 9 wins out of 10.
but
So
wait. Aston Villa, I still feel like there are one or two injuries from dropping points to start dropping points. There are one or two injuries. There are always one or two injuries.
I
So,
mean, you can say that, but as long as they are informed right now, they are my dark horse. All those dark horse things that you like.
mm,
Yeah, Aston Villa is that team. I enjoy watching them a lot.
but yeah, I I think Liverpool will just miss out of fourth position, but fifth might be definitely open for them. Fifth is definitely something they can run for.
Okay, let's see. Let's see. Okay, well, let's move on to another controversial topic. But and obviously it involves our team Chelsea. They did lose against Leeds, and then they lost. They drew against Bournemouth, and they lost against Atlanta in the Champions League 2-1, coming from a 1-0 lead, and they won against Everton. But Enzo Maresca did come out, made some comments. I think I'm not sure who he was really directing it at because I didn't see the end of that interview. All I read was, or I watched was in the past 48 hours. That was after the Atlanta loss. Past 48 hours has been the most difficult for him as a manager, or difficult spell for him since he joined Chelsea. Um, and when he was asked, it was like no support, but they asked him 4-4. 4-4. Bournemouth has equalized. I did say that this match is very much open.
Over
Guys, I'm so
four,
sorry. You think we're doing commentary right now? The game is right in front of us. Um,
over
as
4.4.
we're as we're discussing this podcast, they are they are leaking goals in Old Trafford. So it's not our fault. But yeah. Let's go back to Enzo Maresca. Enzo Maresca mentioned that the past 48 hours has been the most difficult spell for him since he joined Chelsea. What do you think?
I
In terms of,
think,
and people are saying he was directing it, he was basically speaking to the sporting director, not direct, like to the directors. I'm guessing Win Stanley, Ebali, Todd Bowley.
yeah.
Everybody's name is ending with Leo. But yeah, all those guys. Did you think?
Wally.
I swear. Yes. Yes. Do you think? Do you think they are not providing him enough support, especially with certain issues that he's facing this season overall?
Hmm. Okay, so I am of the opinion that Enzo Maresca is talking about the media
Okay.
because whenever Chelsea go on a relatively awful run of form, the media always like as a Chelsea fan, I might be biased or anything, but this is how it feels from my perspective. It feels like the media are always waiting for Chelsea to fall so that they can start their narratives again. And okay, what are Chelsea going to do? Are they going to fire their coach? Like, see what is going on right now. The main topic is Chelsea are looking for new coaches. Chelsea are already looking for new, and we know for a fact that this is not a thing because the sporting directors have said they will back the manager. The ownership have said they will back the manager. Everybody backs the manager. There are some points where Enzo Maresca has said some things like, okay, he needs a new centre back, and the sporting directors or the people in charge have not done anything, and that's fair. That's fair. It was the start of the season. Our best centre back just got injured, and our sporting directors have been the ones scouting players, and they think the centre backs, the level of centre backs they have, is enough to compete. That is an issue where they might differ on. But for me, it feels like the media is always trying to push, and it's not just Chelsea in general. It's every big team, to be honest. Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal, Man U. Whenever anything goes bad, the English media is quick to criticize, quick to start looking for what is not there. People like Matt Law and all these guys, Chelsea journalists, they do they always say negative things. There's always a I mean, in news in general, negative news sells more than positive news. So I feel like whenever there's any negative thing, the media always picks up that negative thing and pushes it and runs with it. But for me, he was talking about the media. He might not have received some backing from the managers, from the sporting directors, but
Yeah.
we know. I feel like in this transfer window, this January transfer window that is coming up, Chelsea is going to make maybe one or two signings that might improve our team. I
Team.
don't think they're going to wait until summer to get new centre backs or to get new striker. I don't feel like they're going to not make any transfer this transfer window. So I mean, it's been something to see, and it's something we'll definitely keep an eye on as Chelsea fans for sure.
But do you think those situations where they have differed has made Enzo a little frustrated, especially when he's not getting what he feels can be the betterment of his team? Like, we all know how important Levi is to Chelsea. We know he is one of the reasons why we're able to successfully play at the back every single time we play, and he's not available. ACL has taken him away from us. Understandable, but don't you like should the sporting directors not if they claim to be backing Maresca, could they have, found just a temporary replacement? Something that even if it was a lone player, something that would just keep Maresca in check for the title race, like for him to compete because we are massively missing the likes of Levi Colwill. And there are things that he mentioned, like something about not he mentioned, but the media has written out today something about like they are not backing his rotational um changes,
Yeah,
which is what the club is about that because certain players that we know are good, they go through a lot of injury spells.
yeah,
Romelu Lavia, like we don't have him because he's injured. Rich James, we have to manage because we don't know what can happen to Rich James. Wesley Fofana, we have to manage because we don't know what can happen to Wesley Fofana. And then he mentioned things like, you know, they are not supporting him despite it being their motto. So is it far fetched for Maresca to be a little pissed?
it's not far fetched, definitely. Um, if you remember at the start of the season, he asked for a centre back, and
Yeah.
Chelsea's main issue this problem has been centre backs. Wesley Fofana is constantly in and out. Tosin has been quite off form this season. He has been very off form.
Exactly.
Chaloba has been shaky, shaky. Sometimes it's good, a lot of times it's good, but sometimes it's bad. But one thing we also need to note is that Chelsea already have two European pedigree centre backs on loan at different clubs. We have the guy at Strasbourg, the one that we signed this season, even though we didn't get to see him play any match. I think his name is
Yeah, his name
Sa.
is Sam.
Yeah.
Sam.
We have Anselmino, who is currently at Dortmund. Dortmund fans love him, by the way. Everyone in Dortmund loves him.
And if they like him Bundesliga, you are a fraud.
I mean,
I beg. But
but
no, I think Anselmino is good, but if they like him La Liga, you are a fraud.
that's
But
what I'm
keep going.
saying. We have two centre backs ready to join into the team by the end of this season, by this transfer window. We don't know yet. Also, one thing I've been saying throughout this season is Chelsea need to play Jared Hato more. I know
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
young.
you have mentioned that. You have mentioned that a lot.
Yeah. I know he's young. I know he's coming from a lower league and everything, but this is somebody that was captain of Ajax by 19. The only other person I remember has done that is Delete. And
Yeah.
Delete is a decent centre back too. Like I feel like we need to give more opportunities to the players that are in the squad. And that's why I can never take anyone serious. Anyone that argues with Maresca's rotations, there are different matches where we need different profiles to perform different characteristics, right?
Hmm.
But I do feel like some players should have played more.
Yeah, like even a Josh Chimpong too.
Yes, exactly.
Like we can anytime he plays. I'm not saying he doesn't make mistakes, but every time he's played, he doesn't seem to put a foot wrong.
Exactly.
Not giving Josh that like that's what I was going to. That was my next point. Like despite his like his one side to be where he's attacking the sporting directors for um not supporting him despite his
Yeah.
rotations. It's another thing where is he making mistakes with his selection? Is it saying things that he's doing? Like sometimes saying he's trying to protect the players. Understandable, you're trying to protect the likes of an Estaval, Achimpong. They are young. You don't want to be overloading these players with this many games at
Yeah.
this very age.
Hmm.
You can see that is happening. That is what is happening to Lamine Yamal. So talented, but sometimes like we've not seen him play a lot of games this season because injury is taking him away from us.
Yeah.
But Lamine Yamal has been playing a lot of games since he was 15 or so.
Yeah.
So I can understand Maresca, but don't you think Josh is better than some of these? Josh is playing better football than Tosin. The only thing I'll say Tosin has over Josh is that Tosin can pass out the back. We know he can,
Yes.
dime the ball. Yeah, but Josh is a carrier from defense. So different arsenals, but you know,
Yeah.
same outcome. Like
Yeah.
one can pass, doesn't have to run. Another one can just run, take a
Yeah.
lot of players out, and drop the ball for an attacker. So
Yeah.
is
So
Maresca at fault for not doing certain things like you have mentioned?
yeah, I do believe he's at fault, and I'm sure he probably knows this because if you remember that time, he said the worst mistake he made was not playing Josh. Like he knows, like as a manager, sometimes you're going to make, not sometimes, a lot of times you're going to make mistakes, and it's going to be that retrospective, like thinking that you're going to be, oh yes, I did make a mistake in this match. Oh, I should have done this better. Oh, this person should have started, and that's fine. But he has to take some of the blame for some of these issues. There are some matches where I feel like Gittins should have started.
Yeah.
There's some matches. I know Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto is very important to our team. The way
Mm.
we play, the way we cross, the way we create chances. Pedro Neto is very important to our team. But I do believe Esteval should have played more games, especially in these last 4 games that we've had a horrible run of results. Esteval should have started more games, maybe one at least.
It seems Enzo
Yes,
should have been benched, and I love Enzo a lot. There
yes,
are some games that he should have benched, not even because he's playing bad one, but not even because he's playing bad, because he needs rest as well.
yeah,
Like we brought back Andre Santos, but for what? We
yeah.
brought back we have Bunanote.
But I know
I
they.
know he's not cool. He's not cool, Palmer, but he's not a bomb or a scrub in that sense. Like,
He's
why are
been
we
good.
not?
He's been
Yeah,
good.
like he's whatever games he's playing, he's trying his best. Why have we not started? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Another mistake I feel like Chelsea made this season, Chelsea in general, I don't know whether it's the sporting directors or Maresca or whoever, but another mistake I feel like we made this season was we already had a core team. We had
Yes.
Madueke, we had Jackson, we had a couple players. We already had a core team. We should not have sold Madueke and Jackson. And if you can remember, I always said we should not have sold Jackson
Yeah, yeah, you mentioned.
because I feel like we already know what Jackson can do for us. We
Yeah.
know everything about Jackson. We've watched him for 2, 3 seasons. Now we're in this position where we're using Jao Pedro, who is not really a nine in a nine position, and he struggles sometimes. He struggles sometimes with that
A
hold
lot
up
of time.
play.
Yeah, a lot
Yeah,
of time.
but we know Jackson. We know what Jackson could have done. Like I do not believe we should have let Jackson go. I love Jao Pedro as a signing, but I do not believe we should have bought him and Delap together. And even now, Chelsea has still bought a new striker in Emega, who is at Strasbourg. So I mean, I'm excited to see him, but I don't know how the entire squad dynamics is going to go. Surely, one or two attacking players have to leave either this season or next season to incorporate Koenda that is coming, Satpipe that is coming, as Kopama is back now, Estevao is there. Like we need to make two or more cells to accommodate the amount of players we've bought now. And it's fucking up the squad dynamics. It's fucking up
Who,
the club
who,
dynamics.
who do you think they will sell? Is my question.
Oh, that's a good question. I hope
You just got Ganacho, you just got Gittins, you just got Jao Pedro, you just got Delap. Is it Pedro Neto you are selling?
I
Because it's your highest goal scorer this season.
and another thing to note though. Like
And
Pedro
I don't
Neto,
like that. I don't like Pedro Neto. I'm not even going to lie.
yeah.
He's your highest goal scorer this season. So is he him you are selling?
I like if you asked me 3 weeks ago, I'd have said the two people I think they're going to sell are Ganacho and Pedro Neto. But now I have no idea. I actually have no idea who's going to leave or not. It's going to be good to see how Chelsea go into next season too, like with the squad they have and everything. Because this we have ballers, bro. Satspev is the youngest, like one of the youngest goal scorers in the UCL. Koenda, same thing, bro. Estevao, same thing, bro. How all of them are going to play, I don't know. But I love to see. And we Kennedy Pyers is still there in Strasbourg. We talk
Yeah,
about him.
KG Baez. Yeah,
Yeah,
that boy should be playing for us already.
yeah,
But yeah, again, it's a situation where we have to blame both parties. Squad building has not been great by
yeah.
the sporting directors. And so Maresca he's having to deal with what he has, but he's not sometimes he's not dealing with them properly. So it's all over the place. However, let's go into Chelsea's run of fixtures. Again, we mentioned the loss against Leeds, then the draw against Bournemouth, and the loss
Mhm.
against Atlanta, and then the win against Everton. Um, well, bad bit of bad run, but Maresca at fault. Players are just bad. Which one? Like where do we? What should Chelsea have done right? Because they
Mhm.
did a lot of things wrong. What could Maresca have done right?
One person I have to note as being bad was Wesley Fofana for the goal against Atalanta, Wesley Fofana for the game again for the goal against Arsenal. Those two goals, he let his man run past him towards his blind side, and he did not see his man. So when the crosses came in, they just nodded it in, and that was a goal.
Yeah,
Once they can stop that, I feel like they can shore up the defense better. But I feel like Atlanta was just a crazy game. It was back and forth from both teams. You can never know all those kind of games are going to go, to be honest. I felt like when we're passing the ball, we're slowing them down, trying to force them out to attack, to press, but they didn't budge. So that was fun to see. Um Bournemouth is always a tricky team. Always a tricky team. With Semenyo and all the other annoying people. You can never know what you're going to get from a Bournemouth match. Don't never bet on Bournemouth. Never
mm.
bet. At the point they were like fourth this season, right? Fourth or
Yeah.
third
Now
this season. Now,
they dropped some points.
exactly. Never bet on Bournemouth. Um, Leeds was a match we should have won, but what happened was Maresca did not get his pressing right. He did not get his pressing structure right.
I think
He
his lineup was also bad in that game. His
Yes,
lineup
his
was
his
very
lineup
bad.
was horrible, and
Chaluba, Badiashile and one other centre back. Played three centre backs, I think.
Yeah, even before the match, you could tell he was struggling with what Leeds were going to do. He didn't know whether they were
Yeah,
going to use a back five or a back four. It happens in a season. Like this is a season long thing. Like sometimes managers will make mistakes. Sometimes players will make mistakes. It's the thing we love to see is that football is still human. Like humans are still going to make mistakes that is
yeah.
going to impact the decisions or the final result of matches. So I mean, the only thing they can do is just pick up from what they've been doing this last couple of matches and try to win more. To be honest.
And then with Cole Palmer back, what are your hopes for Chelsea
Ho,
back
ho,
in
ho,
fourth
ho.
position? You think now the Indian they can get a good run here?
Um, yes, I feel like if we can maximize using Cole Palmer, we can get a good run. If you look at Cole Palmer is not more. He's not a advanced playmaker anymore. Cole Palmer is a shadow striker. You want him on the line.
God, who the
What?
fuck is this?
Okay, let me explain it.
Advanced playmaker, shadow striker. Guys, I'm not part of this wokeness, okay? I don't
See,
do this. That means just a coach. That's why he's talking about this like a
see.
shadow striker.
Look at look
Hey,
look at the
man.
goal. Look at the goal Cole Palmer scored, right? That running behind, straight up. He did not even hesitate. Straight up running behind in between the defenders. That's the shadow striker's move. Like you find space for yourself and you score your goal. Why you bro? No, because
That
like
that's the shadow striker's move.
yeah. Cole
What in
Palmer
the hell?
Cole Palmer is
What in
somebody.
the hell is a
Wait,
shadow striker? Sorry, can you even explain to
wait.
the masses what a shadow striker is
Okay.
first?
Let me tell you what a shadow striker is. A shadow striker is somebody that starts from a CAM position, a camp position, but they can also play as a striker.
What is not a false nine?
A false nine is somebody that starts as a striker and can also play as a like in a calm position. That's the difference.
Okay, what is not a second striker?
A second striker can be like a shadow striker. That's what Kopama is playing right now. He needs to be on that last line because we've used Kopama as somebody that creates chances. We use him for his creativity, but if we actually want to get more goals from Kopama, we need to put him in that like last line. Let him make runs. Let him drop in, like come back and help and defend. But like he needs to be on that last line. Like Jao Pedro needs to be on the left. He needs to be on the right in like a like two ish. That's why I noticed from that goal because you don't see players making that run Kopama made yesterday. That was a
Hmm,
great run, great finish. So like we need to use him in that capacity more as a finisher, not as a creator.
shadow striker. Hmm.
Bruh.
Ah, football. See, this is all the work of FM. FM has that guru. This
On
guy said.
on a low key though.
This guy said shadow striker.
On a low
Fair
key.
enough. Fair enough. I'm not disregarding the fact that it's definitely a thing in football. I've seen it,
Yeah.
but I didn't even think you will also use the term. You know,
Bro,
you are
like
an advanced analyst. Oh. This is
that's
just footy here.
that's the easiest way for me to break it down. Like if I say use them as a like there's nothing I can even say again to describe what I wanted to describe. That shadow striker is just like the best definition.
Fair
It
enough.
starts it starts in a CM position and then he can, join the attack as a striker. So yeah.
And then does a fully fit Palmer build Chelsea into situations they should not be in? Because it's one thing to say we've tried without him.
Hmm.
It's another thing to see how we played with him on Saturday.
Yeah,
We saw how he dictated the flow of the attack. We saw some things that he was trying to. He did have some misplaced passes here and
of
there, some
course.
very silly passes. But you know he's trying something. You know he's creative. You know he's little in front of goal. Do you think having him back and build Chelsea into a situation, a situation they should not be?
Yes, I do believe so because this is a player that we know he likes to drag the team by the scruff of their neck. He did it a lot last season, a lot of times. If you can keep on doing it this season, then I feel like top four is sure. maybe a trophy. Even if it's a Carabao Cup, maybe it's the FA Cup, I wouldn't mind. But Kopama in his best form, I'll take him any day. Any day.
Okay. Okay. That's it. That's about it for Chelsea. Now let's go on to the Gunners. Gunners Lawal, new trophy. Let's go on to their run of fixtures. They won. Sorry, they lost against. Sorry, my God. They drew against Chelsea.
Yeah.
They lost against
Aston Villa.
Aston Villa. What a match by the way. What
Yeah.
a performance by Villa. Now Emery has a lot of hits for Arsenal.
He's just like me.
His celebration was wow.
Yeah. He's just like me, bro.
Then Madueke brace, Martinelli one goal,
Yeah.
Champions League against Club Brugge,
Yeah.
and they won against Wolves. Now let's not talk about Club Brugge. Champions League they did win. Fantastic goals by Madueke and
Okay.
Martinelli. The
Yeah.
two goals were crazy that they scored. However, against Villa, and rightfully so, they won against Wolves.
Even though it was controversial, very controversial.
Not controversial. No, Wolves was not
Uh,
even controversial, but like the
I mean,
manner in which they won.
yeah.
And I know you are one of the few people that keeps mentioning Bournemouth is now 13th place. Wow. Um, from fourth. That's crazy. But I know you are one of the few people that mentions
Wait, before we continue, I just want to let you guys know between top three, like the third position and the like 14th position is like 8 points, bro.
it's not I don't is it eight? It's
I
seven.
swear it's like
It's seven.
seven, 8 points.
Chelsea has 28 points, Bournemouth has 21.
Like,
And
bro,
they are
anybody
13th.
can still draw. Anybody can still draw. This December fixtures, December January fixtures are the most important. They're always the most important in any season, bro.
That's true.
Because, but,
That's true. That's true
but yeah,
because it's you have back to back to back. Like Chelsea plays on
exactly.
they are playing tomorrow, and then like there's Carabao Cup tomorrow, then there's Premier League on weekend, and then there's 26, 27 like Boxing Day matches. So there's back to back games for sure.
Yeah,
Well, where are we going with this?
Emery,
Yeah,
Aston Villa
you're one of the few Arsenal fans that mention. Sorry,
fans.
no, sorry, my bad. You're one of the few guys that has mentioned that sometimes you are not happy with the way Arsenal win games or Arsenal get their 3 points.
Mm,
That is not sustainable. Against a side like Wolves, literally the last team on Premier League, they are
yeah,
20th.
yeah,
Arsenal scored a two own goals, one from a Bukayo Saka corner,
corner.
which
Yeah,
we know that they always do. The second one was a last minute own goal header by Mosquera.
yeah,
Gabriel Jesus was I think the intention was to get Gabriel Jesus to get his head on that ball by Bukayo Saka,
yeah.
but he missed Mosquera. But like the urgency to get that second goal only came when Wolves equalized. Like Arsenal, we can't lose this, and then they got the second goal. Is it becoming very like should people be worried? Should Arsenal fans be worried if this is how their team is creating chances?
Mm. I mean, isn't it the same match that they said that Wolves had 3 goals, but they had 3 goals cancelled because of offside or something like that?
This
Like,
Arsenal,
yeah,
I don't think so.
I think that's
Okay,
that. I think that was some of the commentary I read on Twitter, but I may be wrong, of course. Um, I mean, I've always said it. I don't think the football gods will allow people to win the Premier League off scoring corners, scoring free kicks,
they could not
and
create a chance against Villa. By the way, I also wanted to mention that because I know, yeah, we are looking at the game where they won and how they scored. Villa did not when the corners came. Villa neutralized all of those corners. Right, there was no chance creation by
yeah,
Arsenal.
yeah.
Should Arsenal fans be worried? Do you think they can still win it, or is something going to happen? Because
I mean,
this is not sustainable.
I said it from the start. Like, I don't feel like the football gods will allow them win a league of corners, of free kicks, of set pieces. And I mean, their defensive record is good. We've always said Arsenal defensive record is good. Their midfielders are solid, but it does feel like Ateta struggles with the attack. They brought in Gyökeres, who was the Golden Boot winner last season. He was a Golden Boot winner last season, and he has scored a couple of goals. But this guy can be doing more in that Arsenal team.
Speaking of, I was going to speak about that guy. Is it what it's
Is he worth it? Not with the
like?
way.
We can come back to Arsenal, but
Yeah,
he's not playing like a 70 million pound striker, bro.
he's
He's
not.
heavy. His touches are heavy. He
Yeah.
cannot link up. He's not a passer. What is Gyökeres good at?
So ideally, from last season, I watched Gyökeres all his goals. Because I thought it was one of the people we're actually going to get. I thought we were actually going to get him, or
Yeah,
I thought we are looking at him. I watched his goals. Gyökeres is somebody you want to put in that left striker position, like
left hand side.
yeah, left hand side. He knows how to use his right foot well. He knows how to create chances, score goals. He can do it all.
Yeah,
But with this Arsenal team, the way they are playing, I swear they are better suited to playing Merino as a false nine. And one thing I will say about Arsenal though, their best striker is back in Gabriel
Gabriel
Jesus.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Yes,
he's back. So maybe that can inject something different into their team. But Gyökeres as a buy was a very poor buy, to be honest, because they're not using him to his strength. So why do you get the Golden Boot winner of last season, bro? If you're not
but
using him to his strength,
but don't you think that he should do better? He should be doing better. When like we always understand strengths, weaknesses. You're still a striker, and I don't think Gyökeres can get to double digits. And you know how the Premier League is, right? You know how the Premier League is.
yeah,
You know, you know what it is about. You know that for you to be in a league, certain players have to be outliers.
yeah,
Mohamed Salah was an outlier.
last season, yeah,
Um, and in Haaland right now is an outlier. Do
crazy
you get what I'm
one,
saying? Like your team has to have outliers, and that's something we have mentioned with Arsenal. Like there's no player that you can boast of that this boy is going to give me 20 something plus goals. We said, oh yeah, they didn't have a striker. They've been struggling. They had to use Merino. There's no Kai Havertz is not him. He's trying, but they've tried to mix and match there. They went to get Gyökeres. Gyökeres has to be an outlier. That is how the Premier League works.
mm,
That's how it's not rocket. He has to be he has to be
yeah.
banging goals in and out every single game week
You have to
because
put him in that
that's
position.
how you know that okay. I have if nothing works, let's just put it in. We can stick one in there for your courage. You put his head. You put his leg. We can give him. He will shoot one from outside the box. If Arsenal had the Hurricane, or like what I'm saying, those are like that's how you
Oh,
need somebody that is just going to be exceptional, that you stand out in your season.
yeah.
That's don't you think Arsenal, Gyökeres is not giving them that? Do you think it's more the tactics, or is not even playing to where he should be, to a standard that we should be holding on to?
I feel like it's definitely the tactics. The tactics are not working for him at all. Like we look at the amount of chances Arsenal creates per game. Look at the positions he's always in. I feel like it doesn't really work out for him. Like Gyökeres is not somebody I see doing like a one man striker. I see him like having a maybe like a calm or another striker helping him because he needs to be on that left hand space. That left hand space, like
Yeah,
and
because he likes running. He's a guy that
yes,
likes running
he
into
likes
channels.
run. Yes, exactly. Like you don't want him just in the middle there. One thing I was going to say was that, like I've said before, I think um Ateta struggles with the attacking scenarios. We know Saka is going to be on that right hand side. He's always going to try to create, or sometimes he's going to come in to maybe try and score Salah type goals.
Yeah,
Um, but what else do we actually know about? I mean, Trossard and Martinelli. It feels like Trossard
yeah.
is
Everybody is putting something like Trossard will
yeah,
give you one day, Martinelli will give you one day,
yeah,
Madueke gives you one day. Saka is what Saka is about. Declan
yeah,
Rice can stick one in. You can give him a head, and Merino is giving you one day.
yeah.
but Arsenal need an outlet. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was fun. It was fun. Eberichi Eze scored a hat trick against Tottenham.
yeah,
He has not scored again. What do you got? Like, yeah, people are going to play their parts.
yeah.
Something we call role players. I'm not saying that the same thing applies from basketball to football, but Arsenal need an outlier, and that is what they don't have right now.
I
That's my opinion, which can affect them.
Yeah, I thought with their new attacking signings, they got Eze, they got Madueke, they got Gyökeres. I thought like because I've always seen that they've had this attacking stall, and that's why they've had to really rely on corners, they've had to rely on set pieces and everything. I thought them getting those new players would like switch up a bit, change something up a bit, but it hasn't. It hasn't. So all I will say is that I feel like Ateta can structure his game to suit Jokeres better.
Mhm.
That's all I think.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Let's see. Let's see. Like you said, like you always say, and I'll continue to quote you now.
Uh,
Season is long.
yeah, this is
Season is
long,
very
bro.
long.
It's
This
very
is
long
not the time for us to decide Premier League champions, but we can see. And Man City is breathing down their necks. Man City
as always.
2 points. Arsenal have 36. Man City have 34. And we can see what Erling Haaland is doing, man. Because that's the next thing we're going to go on to.
Bro.
Manchester City. It's ridiculous what this brother is doing for
At the point,
I genuinely can't fathom Haaland playing with prime KDB. Oh God. Hey God.
this is a guy at the point he scored 90% of the goals he had, bro. 90%.
Because if everybody else fails, they know who they can look to and they know what he can do. That is the same thing I'm saying Arsenal I'm not saying like Ryan Cherky is picking up here and there. Phil Foden is picking up here and there. Who is the Rangers will pick up here and there. Doku will pick up here and there. But they know that okay, we need 30 plus goals this season.
Last, Haaland.
When we have senior man, Alizi, let's throw it in there now. We'll stick it up there, we'll put his 6'4" there, we'll stick it up there, he can do one backflip check. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
get Haaland is not I don't think Haaland is a good old like now his game is developing, but he
Yeah.
wasn't a good older player. Haaland is I also won into the channel. Yeah, we know what Pep is capable of, but I'm saying you can always go in there and trust that if all else fails, or I've hit the bar, they block my shot, I can kick one to Haaland, he will stick it up there for me.
Yeah.
It will be a goal.
And one thing about Haaland is that he has even started incorporating his aerial success, like the amount of goals or
It's
headers he
getting
was. Yeah,
yeah.
he has improved on it. So like this season, bro, Haaland is a terror. He's that OP character in that anime, bro. Haaland is that guy. Like that guy is very scary, and I mean, I love him.
Every club should be scared of Haaland, I'm sure.
Yeah, yeah, I love him.
He can punish you in ways that it's not like oh yeah, he's a dribbler. It's not that oh yeah, he's a ball carrier, but he will punish you when that ball is in the box.
Yeah,
As long as it's in the box and the ball is there, fear not the situation before Haaland, but fear the situation that Haaland is going.
yeah.
Oh God,
Bro might have
it will ruin you.
six touches, and then when he gets one
Hat-trick.
chance, that's it.
6 touches and hat-trick.
Bro.
6 touches and but that's it, man. And yeah, we're going to go to Man City. We've spoken about Haaland. We spoke about how he's the outlier in City. City back in form, back-to-back wins against Fulham, against Sunderland. Dealt with Crystal Palace, which I thought was going to be a difficult game. In fact, 4 wins in a row. Beat
It
Real
was a
Madrid.
difficult game, though.
Yeah, no, I'm not still going to expect Crystal Palace to lose 3-0.
No, like,
3-0.
bro, like
Especially like the last season, even in the Carabao Cup, no FA Cup final. One of the comments Glasner made was, if you play like this, I know how to. I think he made a comment saying about if Man City play like this, he knows what to do to beat them. You get what I'm saying?
yeah.
So, like, Man City beating them 3-0 is a big deal. Like, I didn't expect 3-0 against City. Do you get against Crystal Palace?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, when I was watching these highlights, they had chances upon chances. They just weren't finishing it.
Yeah, true, sure.
They hit the bar. They did everything else but score, bro. I don't know how they went with zero in that match, bro.
That's true, Sha.
And I
That's
haven't
true.
even finished watching the highlights, which is funny.
That's actually true. But yeah, speaking of that, I know we've mentioned back wins, 4 wins in a row. City have been prolific, winning. They're on form. Do you still think their defense is shaky? Because that's I know what you're talking about with Crystal Palace getting chances. I did watch the game. I saw a couple chances from Crystal Palace, and it was a thing of Man City's defense being opened up,
Yeah,
which is not like Man City. Like I usually don't. I don't say they have great defenders, but I don't think they have defensive issues. You know what I'm saying? Like over the past couple of seasons, but this season, one season, I can say definitely, like, oh, Man City have defensive issues, but they are still winning their game. Like for example, they play Fulham. The score was 5 something at a point,
yeah.
5-2
Five
or
two,
four.
5-2.
Yeah. Um, Emily Smith Rowe, obviously yeah, it was 5-2. How have you managed to give
Fulham
Chukwueze, but is he actually scored or brace?
brace.
Chukwueze that cannot score for Nigeria. He's playing. Hey, God, I beg. Speaking of that, we'll get Chukwueze. Okay, no problem. So you are going to
Afcon,
AFCON. I'll
Afcon,
see
bro.
what if God did not point that goal that I scored against Donnarumma. If not God to punish you, we'll discuss you during the AFCON. But the defense was open that way for them to give Chukwueze 2 goals. Alex will be a goal. Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
is Man City's defense still? You know what I'm saying?
it's definitely still shaky. One thing I feel like people didn't even know is that like Man City sold Akonji, John Stones is out injured as always. So the main people they have right now are Diaz, Gavio, or we've seen O'Reilly start playing a lot of matches. So I mean that's nice. They have
I think
that,
Ignuri is injured too, but I don't think Ignuri is a good defender. I think he's a good offensive
yeah.
fullback. I think he's a good defensive fullback.
Even that guy that they bought in the January transfer window last season, I can't remember his name.
That
Um,
Kushanov,
yeah,
that
Kushanov. Yeah,
or something like that. Yeah,
apparently he's a decent defender. He has all the traits to be like a great defender, but I don't think I've seen him play in a long time too. So I mean, it looks like they are struggling with their defensive options right now.
yeah.
So I mean, there'll always
Well,
be in a game of football. There'll always be um chances to
chances.
create. Yeah, there
Yeah,
will be chances to create. There will be chances. It's how the defense manages those chances. It's how the defense reacts and everything. And they've gotten better at it compared to the start of this season, which is like they were scoring. They were scoring goals against Man City. Like what at that time, if I remember.
yeah. That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Well, great from Man City to keep up with Arsenal. Um, Again, now it's getting very interesting. We know our two top contenders.
Hmm.
Um, and they're very close in points 36, 34 points. Great job. Other fixtures in Premier League. Tottenham, they won their game. Uh, Xavi
No.
Simons,
Oh,
yeah,
okay. That's their first game. They lost their game against was this who did they play?
I think it was Nottingham Forest. No, they lost against Nottingham Forest too.
Yeah, they lost the
Over the
game.
weekend. Yeah, they
Yeah.
lost against. Sorry, my bad. I was thinking about last weekend. That Xavi Simons scored
Yeah,
his
yeah.
first his goal in Premier League. Yeah, they lost. They lost against Nottingham Forest. It was a goal. It was Otsin Odoi. Um,
Twice. Also,
Otsin Odoi
twice.
2 goals. The
And
second goal was very confusing. That second goal, by the way.
Sankare, I was his
And
name.
yeah, it was good goals from Nottingham Forest. Also had we had the White Hine, or I hope I'm pronouncing this right, or White Ride Derby.
Sunderland, Newcastle, yeah.
Sunderland versus Newcastle. They've not played in Premier League for the past 10 years, and somehow they are back again.
That's the kind of
Sunderland,
rivalries I
Sunderland
like.
won, so that was good. That was good. We had some great matchups, but yeah, that's about it in the Premier League. Not so much to discuss in Champions League in terms of like big games. We did have Real Madrid versus Man City.
Yeah,
Man City won. Dominant performance from City, even though Real Madrid had their spells, but they didn't play too well.
yeah.
They didn't play too well,
Real
and
Madrid are struggling right now.
things are shaky in Spain. Things are shaky in Madrid right now. But we don't discuss La Liga that much. So we're going to finish here the Premier League. Any anything you're expecting? Any predictions? Anything you want to see the next couple of game weeks before we sign off?
It's funny. It's funny you said that because I'm actually looking at Madrid now. They said they're I mean, I've obviously followed a couple of people that are very versed in tactical stuff and everything. And apparently their pressing structure is not good right now. So they're a team I'll be watching, like, because Madrid have a very good team. They have a very good team. Mbappe is crazy right now. Bro wants that Ballon d'Or by force by fire, bro.
Mm,
So you should definitely keep on watching Madrid in the Champions League. Um Liverpool. I'm going to be watching Liverpool matches too, because I want to see how they're recovering, how they are playing Salah, how they are like getting better as a team. I want to see if they can actually pull something off, maybe something surprising,
yeah, yeah.
like a top four finish or something. Um, what else?
I want
What
to
cup?
like we have some games tomorrow, Carabao
Yeah,
Cup.
yeah.
And then we also have the AFCON. So we're not going to
Afcon,
cover,
bro.
we don't have too much to cover, but
Oh,
we'll try, we'll try.
Afcon is
We'll
going to
see.
be chaos, bro.
Yeah, we
Absolute
have
chaos.
AFCON coming. So yeah, we'll try. United 4-4. Leaking
Is the
goal
match
draw.
over?
Yeah, 4-4 draw.
Okay.
I predicted a draw, but I bro, my bet was 2-2. I'm seeing 4-4. Wow, what a game. What a game. What a game. But that's about it. That's about
Yeah.
it for today's episode. Thank you all for tuning in. Definitely we'll catch you on the next episode.
Yeah.
We have a lot of games coming. We have a lot of matches that are going to play, and it's going to be mostly in the Premier League because other leagues don't play all these December fixtures like
December.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so definitely we have a lot of Boxing Day matches. Let's see how the Premier League table might change. Let's see if Arsenal will maintain their first position going into January or will they drop. Let's see if Chelsea remain in top four. Let's see if United can get into the top four. Because right now they are 2 points away from top four. So a lot of things can happen. Chop and change.
Is it top four or top five? I think it's top five now, to be honest.
Yeah, top five. Yeah, first fifth to make it Champions League too, right?
Yeah.
So let's see how that plays out. I still remain your guy Dio. I wish everybody is enjoying their dirty December in Lagos, Nigeria. If you're in Lagos, Nigeria, please also tune into the FTLG podcast. We'll love that. We'll love to see you. Also wishing all of you a Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year in advance. And one more time, a big shout out to Dami for completing the master's degree. We
Thank
really,
you,
really
thank you,
are
thank you.
proud of you. We are proud of you, man.
Thank you,
Big bro,
thank you, thank you.
we're proud of you. Continue shining, continue excelling. All the best.
Amen, man. Thank God, because there were some times where she was crazy, bro. But
For real.
yeah, thank God. I felt the love from my backbone, like my family, my friends. It's been great. Like Dio said, there are a couple of matches we're going to be following up with everything. Um, Next episode is going to be something good. Hopefully, we're going to be following up with that, and then Afcon is starting very soon. Can't wait for that. Me personally, I can't wait for that because last Afcon was crazy. I watched every single match. I mean, not every single match, but every match I mattered, and it's always so dramatic. Africans are so
Yeah,
dramatic, so
yeah, man.
I
It's
can't
not
wait
the
for
same.
that. Yeah, and yeah, we'll just keep you guys up to date with everything that goes on. Always make sure to like, subscribe, share with your daddy, share with your mommy, please.
Please,
Um,
man.
well,
So
even
we can blow, please,
yeah,
please. We want to blow.
this episode is going to be the first episode we're going to put on our YouTube channel, so keep an eye
Mm.
out for that. And yeah, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year in advance.
Okay. Bye, guys. Have a blessed week.
Right.